I started getting notifications that my front door was opening while I was still at work. A few months ago, I installed one of those smart locks onto my front door. It connects to your phone and it notifies you every time it's locked or unlocked, that kind of a thing. At first, it was just for convenience, but one afternoon while I was at work, I got a notification and it said that my front door was unlocked. I figured maybe it was a glitch, and then a second later it said front door opened. And that's when I started to get a little weirded out, and so I went onto the app. It showed that the door had been opened by using a code. It wasn't manually opened. The only people who knew the code was me and my sister. So I texted my sister and asked if she stopped by, and she told me no. And so I went on to another one of my apps, and basically I just have a camera system and it faces my entry door. And I went and I looked, and it showed that the front door was open, but nobody was there. It looked like it literally opened by itself. It stayed open for about 10 seconds, and then I literally watched my door close again. Super weird. Tried to brush it off. I went home that night. Everything looked normal. My door was locked when I was arriving home. And everything was fine until about 1:15 a.m. that night, and I got a notification on my phone. It said front door unlocked, and I sat up immediately, and I just sat there and I tried to listen, and I heard a noise. It wasn't super loud. Now, mind you, my bedroom door was cracked open just slightly, so I could see kind of into the hallway. And when I heard this noise, it wasn't anything crazy, but it was like slight movement, like somebody was slowly stepping onto the floor. So I grabbed my phone and I checked my app to look at my entryway of my front door. My front door was open again. It felt very eerie. I sat there and watched it for about 10 seconds. It closed again and it locked on its own. And now I'm thinking, how is my door opening? Is this a glitch in the app? Why is it saying it's locked, unlocked, that kind of a deal when I know that I've locked it? I didn't sleep the rest of the night, and then the next day I went into the app settings to see what was going on. And that's when I noticed something that I didn't notice before. There was another access code listed that I didn't recognize, and I never added in. It said that it was added in 2 weeks ago. There was no name attached. It was just timestamps. I deleted it immediately, and since I deleted it, there hasn't been anything weird going on. However, I will go in and check the app history now and then, and I notice that there are gaps. Gaps of when I know I've locked it or unlocked it or opened my door and it hasn't logged it. As I was looking through, there was one that specifically bothered me, and it was when I was out of town, and there was 3 different notifications and timestamps, and it said that the door was unlocked, and then the front door opened, and then it closed and was locked from the inside. I was out of town, so tell me who or what locked my house from the inside.